Young part of this.
Are y'all ready, son?
Yeah, we out here, man.
Welcome to another episode of Awkward Silence. Ecstasy.
Johnny Doe.
Young Kari in the building holding the camera. My mic is coming next week.
Chris got the longest introduction out of everybody. Son. All right, let's get right into it, son. Today we got a special guest. Introduce yourself.
It's Face with an S. Niggas know that I'm the best Corona Queens I represent, baby.
I need some shit like that. I need some shit like that. I said it's AL to the ecstasy. Your girl wanna have sex with me. We write that shit later.
Same line for like the past 20 years.
Cut it, dog. Cut it. That shit's gonna get somewhere, nigga. I still got the same one bar too.
But I'm very excited, bro. I've been waiting not a long time, but you know, it's one of the things on my list to be on this podcast.
Oh
man.
shit!
I really respect y'all.
Pop, I'm telling you.
I respect y'all, man. What y'all doing for the culture? You feel me?
That's what's up. That makes me feel like, you know what we doing out here? We doing something out here, son.
I mean, if we get the electricity on point, like we'll be popping.
Yeah, we're working with what we got.
Breaking here.
We homeless right now, nigga. That's the problem. This is our crib right now. Like no heat.
Fuck it, man.
This is the bando.
Hopefully we could grow together, type shit. You know what I'm saying?
We just want to let you know, we've been saying that Fase has to get on the show, right? Probably since like season 1. What the hell was that? Oh no, I thought a raccoon. Oh my bad. Sorry, the guys are drinking in the back. I thought that shit was a raccoon about to make a dip. But yeah, Fase, we said you were supposed to be on the show like since when was it? Since the first time.
Yeah,
since the Same Boy studio.
Yeah. To be honest, even if y'all would have put me on back then, I wasn't ready for it. I would have not even said like, yo, I'm not ready. But now it's that time, you feel me? It's FaceTime, you feel me?
Well, that's one of the reasons why
FaceTime
I said now, put them on now. So because, have y'all heard the mixtape? Have any of y'all heard the mixtape?
I heard the mixtape.
I like the intro. There's something about the intro I like. It's just...
Why? Because you're
listen, the intro's fire.
He's a director.
The intro's fire. The intro's fire. That's all I know. And drama, for some reason, that shit's fire too, nigga.
I know why.
It's fire too, nigga.
Alex is...
What you mean, nigga? Shout out to 9-6, nigga. That's why, nigga. That's why, nigga. That's what you want to hear?
Yeah, I mean, you saying it, man.
Explain who's 9-6.
Yo, 9-6, man. Let me explain, man, because
go ahead.
This man, he's coming up right now. He's up and coming. I know what it's like to be in that position, to start doing something and, you know, trying to get some recognition and like it takes a lot of like you know, like patience and like strength and energy, and like sometimes, you know, you get to that point where you want to just like, yo, I'm not going nowhere with this shit, so you just kind of stop, and there's a select few people that don't let that stop them and keep going. And he's one of them. 9-6. Shout out to 9-6, man. I really fuck with him, man.
Not 6'9", 9'6".
Not 6'9", yeah. Not 6'9", 9'6". And he had that name before this nigga.
I thought he was Boom Bat. Now he's going.
Fam, listen, nigga.
Like he's changing his name.
Kri changes his Instagram every 5 minutes.
That's true.
So
There's always saying Kri on
now you mentioned keeping going and then reaching a point where you just want to give up because you feel like you get to that point where you're tired of keeping going. What keeps you going?
What keeps me going, to be honest, is my supporters, my fans. Like, they give me the strength, like, for real. Like, when it comes like, yo, you need to keep doing what you're doing, to hear whatever I drop new, they be like, yo, that shit was fire, keep going, bro, keep going. And like, there's been songs where it kind of help people go through some shit, and I live for that, bro, because it's like, that's the reason why I make music. I'd rather those fans like go through, like when they're going through something and a hard time in their life and they listen to my music, it makes them cope with it. Mm-hmm. Feel me? I live for that. That's why I make music, man.
Have people reached out? Like,
Yeah, of course, bro. A lot of people reached out, and there's a lot of things that behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know. People forget. I've been doing this shit since like 2006. You feel me?
Have you been 2006? Damn, son, I don't know. Yeah,
I don't
No,
know,
but the
about
thing
12
is, you think 2006, like 2000 was a long time ago.
It's like
But
about
see, the
12
thing
years.
about
Yeah,
Fase,
this
no
was a long
disrespect to
time ago.
Fase, I knew Raze. So whenever I would see Raze, I would just see somebody next to him, but I didn't care, like I didn't know who that person was. Like I was used to Raze, like, oh, I knew Raze rap. And then I finally, little by little, I learned who Fase was through the streets and stuff. That's what's up. You made a name for yourself and everything, and you grew out of that.
I mean, that's the battle that we all gotta go through, I guess, right? Like,
That is.
you just gotta,
Keep
keep
grinding.
going, and get,
Us ourselves, we in competition with other podcasts and shit.
Oh,
Niggas is on
I don't want to even
97.
mention.
Have you heard these
I don't want to
niggas?
mention that shit.
All right, man, I'm being a hater right now.
I don't want to even mention that
That's what
shit.
I'm saying.
I'm
Y'all go
saying
through
one of
the
these niggas. Don't worry, we'll show you after this. We don't want to give no credit. Anyway, so the mixtape drop,
Yeah.
FaceTime. What was the results?
The results, man, I got a lot of results, and it's basically the way I look at it, the way I'm moving with it is like it's a learning process for me. So this is my first project by myself, mixed by my little brother Fase Blanco. He's up and coming as well. You feel me? Like he's the mastermind behind the whole thing. But at the same time, like we work together. Like I'm building a team from like I'm learning as I go, and this is my first real project I put together. It came from inside. You feel me? Like it took a long ass time to get it done. The best believe that. Like the beats and I gotta give shout outs to the producers and shit like Bugs, 9-6,
Shout out
you
to
feel me?
Bugs.
Like
Shout out to
City,
Bugs.
CXDY. I hit him up. Like he makes some fire shits. I don't know if y'all ever heard any beat that says perfect.
Yeah.
That's my man City.
okay.
City, I shout out to him, bro, because I hit him up through Twitter. You know, I spoke with him, chopped it up with him, and he let me hold a couple beats for my project. And you know, we doing big things out here, man. Like there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know, but I don't
Say
want
it.
to. I don't
Talk
want to
that shit.
I don't
Talk
want
that
to.
shit.
I don't want to just
Don't worry,
ruin.
nobody
I'm
listens to
gonna
us.
have a segment
Nobody
on
listens
Awkward
to us.
Silence. I'm gonna have a
Nobody-
segment on Awkward Silence called
Nobody-
Talk That Shit, where you
Don't
get to
worry.
brag
Nah,
about
don't
yourself.
worry, nobody listens
and
to
it's,
us.
Go ahead, it's all in the right. Go ahead, talk that shit. What you got coming?
So I don't want to ruin. I don't want to ruin what the moves that I'm making. I want people to see it, like be an element of surprise to it. You
I hear
understand?
you.
So
I hear you.
why I'm here is to speak about the process of making FaceTime. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because FaceTime was a special project to me, not just because it was my first. A lot of people say, "Oh, what is it? A mixtape, an album?" Like, what? I don't see mixtape album. I don't put a name. I called it a project because I actually took my time and like the songs I put them in a specific order, and like it's like it's a lot more than just having like recording a song and just dropping it and see what the results are.
Right.
So with this project, I kind of try to bounce in different areas. You feel me? Like try to do different feels type music to see that when I drop it and when I look at the numbers and what comes back to me, I want to know what people like from me, so I could keep making more of that material. You understand what I'm saying?
Well-
Because I'm a versatile artist. I could jump on a fucking pop record. I could jump on whatever.
Attaboy.
You could give me. You could try me, bro. I could do it. Like I've been listening. I'm a fan of music
'em on a
before I'm an
Britney Spears
artist.
beat.
you
I think
understand?
that's what differentiates people. Being
that's a
just
big
a
word for
rapper
Alex.
and being an artist. What are you gonna say?
That's a big word for Alex. Alex is learning. I'm proud of
Oh
my
yeah,
son.
you know what I'm saying? Now that I got this podcast, I'm taking speech classes. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to learn words than like Jonathan's
Go
pussy.
smoothly.
I'd rather say like Jonathan's coward and like shit. Like learn different words out there. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but I heard the mixtape. What's the damn song before Drama on the video?
Overtime.
Oh, no, that's the other podcast doing that shit, by the way.
Hating. Haters gonna hate.
Passing
Don't
by,
worry.
fucking up our shit.
Overtime. So there's something special about that song, right?
Overtime,
Because
that's my shit.
Ever since I started rapping, I've always been because I started, the people around me, like Raze, DNA, you know, like we all used to be into the punchline shit. Like Lloyd Banks and fucking, you know, Cassidy and shit like
Go
that.
with style and style.
Yeah, we were into the punchline shit. So when I started rapping, that was my up and come. Like, you know, it was my influence. So I started I started doing punchlines. That was my shit. But then I started appreciating music a lot more than it's not just punchlines. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you listen to all these old school songs that had messages and shit, like they've lived for this long because they had a message.
Right, yeah.
You know
They
what I'm saying?
outlived the pop songs.
But that's what I'm trying to do is I'm tired of the whole, you know, like this generation is different because now you have these artists coming out and they blow up for a record or two and then you forget. Then they just disappear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They
And
don't
like,
have a
Until you
long
hear the
time.
song.
But then you have those-
Oh,
you
shit,
have
remember the
those-
song was popping back then.
but then you have those artists that stay forever.
Yeah.
And that's
They're
what
timeless.
I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to come up, you know, on some Bobby Shmurda hot nigga, and then, you know, because you made that song hot nigga, you got locked
Yeah,
up.
no,
But
no.
yo, free Bobby Shmurda, man. But you feel me? Like I don't wish that on anybody. None of my enemies or nothing. But I'm saying it's just using it as an example. Like there's people like Fetty Wap with that Hey What's Up, hello. You feel me? Like other records that you'll hear them and they're popping for the moment
Right.
and they hot for that year. But then next year comes through, where they at?
You know, I was just having that conversation with
phase-
somebody because
yeah,
I was
that
like, yo,
phase
these
goes
bitches
out
get
and-
pregnant off of like Fetty Wap and shit like that because he's popping at the moment. But she don't know that like 2 years later, this nigga's not
you
gonna be
got
popping no more.
But then you got the Drakes, the Kendrick Lamars, the J. Cole's, you feel me, like the Jay-Z's,
The
people,
phases.
the
Talk
the
your shit,
faces.
nigga. Talk your shit, nigga.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
That's
where I'm trying to be.
That's
I'm
it.
in it. I'm in it to win it. I'm not in it for the moment. You feel me? This is the what I'm trying to do with my next project, because I'm working on this. It's on the way. I'm not gonna
Already?
say no names. It's
Already?
already on the works. We got like
gotta keep
about
working.
9-10 songs that, you know, it's gonna be some promotional, some, you know.
FaceTime audio this time.
We're gonna do everything different this time because
Shit sounds ill. It's gonna be audio only. That shit sounds
Look at
audio
the phone.
only.
Look at the camera.
definitely gonna be something different.
Yo, son, I want a percentage, nigga. 20.
Who knows? You said FaceTime audio.
Yeah, FaceTime
Just
audio.
straight
nigga.
audio, no videos, no visuals.
videos. That's it.
No
nigga.
visuals.
But I liked it because this one had skits. It had. See, this is what I like. I felt like it was a real like you said, it was a project.
It was a project.
I heard it and I said, I could appreciate this shit. You could go back and listen to it. Versus you and your boys rapping on one song. It's cool for the moment. I don't want to hear that shit next
Word.
week. Next
Yeah.
week, then y'all drop
It's
another
like that.
song
It's
next
like
week.
that Control version.
And then
Remember
you-
that shit?
Yeah.
When was the last time you heard Control?
It was hype, but after
When was
a
the last
while-
time? The day that it came out,
nah,
right?
yeah,
You heard that
and
shit
you
that
was there
one
like,
time.
oh,
It was
shit.
hot for that one
Yeah,
day.
yeah. And
And then that's it.
But that's what
All
happened.
you have to do is hear it one time.
See,
and
that's
like,
what-
that was a long time
tweet
ago.
about it.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Everybody's talking about it. Okay, then that's in tomorrow. It's done.
That's why I don't want to be a hater now, right? But I just don't in the neighborhood, and just in general. When people do songs together, I'm like, yo, but for what? Like, let's get
That's
on this
just like
freestyle together.
featuring
That's
the-
cool to do a freestyle. Like, let's do this freestyle. Oh, show your skills and everything, your talent. Y'all
being
gonna
petty
consider
right
it
now.
fair. I'm being petty, but the reason is, and it's the truth. The reason
got a
is
deeper
because
message.
I see it as like, yo, you want people to go back to your music one time, or you want people to go back to your music 500 times. And you can tell niggas that got 10,000 followers and on SoundCloud they got 2,000 listens. You be like, yo, that's popping, but nigga, you got 2,000 listens. Like that means 2,000 people heard it one time. Versus a nigga with 500 followers that got 3,000 plays, and it's like, yo, those 500 people went back at least 3 times to hear the song.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like with the project and everything, you took your time, you put the effort, and we heard it. Like we could tell, like with the skits and everything in it, the overtime, that shit
That's
sounded
what I was
different than
going
anything
for,
you
bro.
did.
That's what I was going for because it's like music is an art. It's a form of art. People don't like this generation nowadays. I don't know what the fuck is going on, bro. But it's like they're not using it as an art. They're using it
As a
more,
paycheck.
get money.
more as a paycheck. I mean,
For the moment.
that comes with the. You feel me? Like if you keep it true and you be yourself, you don't have to be a gimmick. You understand? And you're being yourself and getting paid for it. You understand what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of shit that people don't like. I don't know where I was going with this, but coming back to what you was just saying about the about people they have 500 followers and they get 3,000 plays. Imagine there's people that get them 3,000 plays, right? With no promotion. They'll probably promote it 1-2
right.
days.
That's right.
Yeah.
But what people forget is that you push your record, it will have maybe that 3,000 would have been 25,000
Yeah.
if you would have pushed it the right way.
Right.
But people don't know how to push their record. They drop that shit one day
And forget about it.
For that whole week, they promote it and then forget about it.
Yeah.
Well, I could see they get
And this is a
annoyed.
problem. This is a problem though because I go through the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hyped for my shit at the moment, bam, bam, bam. But if you drop some shit and you don't really love your shit, then you won't promote it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn how to respect yourself as an artist and love yourself before you know
a fact.
you over here dropping songs. Cause what's the
'Cause
reason
if
if you're
you
gonna
ain't
drop a
feeling
song
it,
if you're
yeah.
just with it for the moment?
That's true.
You gotta drop it and love your shit.
That's
and
true.
You feel me? Like it's a piece of art. It's what you're putting out to the world to hear.
So do you go back and listen to your own mixtape?
Of course, bro. I listen to my music every day.
What's your favorite song on your mixtape?
My favorite artist is Face.
There you go. Talk that shit.
Next is Raise.
We was bumping that shit before we came.
That's what I'm saying. We was bumping that shit on our way over here. So
This makes sense.
it's the way this shit goes, man.
Right?
Oh shit.
We're trying to build a legacy over here, man.
We bumping all this shit, man.
Nah, I heard it like 3 times. I ain't gonna. And I
It's
went
dope
on
that you bump your own
iTunes
music.
just so I could appreciate the fact I
It's
went on
dope.
Apple Music.
Yeah, and
A
I'm
lot of
trying to
people
make it
don't.
as least like, make a special day, like a holiday. October 11th, the day I dropped it. October 11th, everybody just goes back. At least it gives it one more spin, you feel me? Like, but with this, like, like I'm trying to like push it as far as it goes. Like, as long as I could push it, I'm gonna keep pushing it. And with the next project that I drop, my plan is that people listen to the next project and they're gonna go back to the other shit.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's an onward mobility, and that's my first project. And it did all right it did better than what I expected, to be honest. I looked at the numbers. I looked at the numbers. I looked at the numbers on SoundCloud. It got nice. It's all right. It's not
10,000, no promotion, nigga. Holla at me.
Where the numbers at?
Chris over here
10,000.
asking where the numbers at.
The numbers is there. It's
show
not
the
for
numbers.
the public to see, bro. It's for my personal use only.
You actually get to see the numbers
Yeah,
you
the
do?
numbers, everything. You get
On
to
Apple?
see everything. Yeah.
No, not on SoundCloud, nigga. I'm talking about Apple. Because we're
Well, you
via
can see it on
You got to
SoundCloud.
see.
you
You
can
got
see
to
on
see. They
SoundCloud.
send you emails and you go.
Do
It
they?
depends.
SoundCloud is about to stop.
all them motherfuckers. They have not told me how many
Oh, they
people
about
listen
to
to on
stop
Apple.
Yeah. Producers and podcasts.
It says on SoundCloud. It tells me.
There's people from
if
there's
other
people
apps.
from UK listening to me. There's people from Denmark
That's what's up,
listening to me.
nigga. Well, you
it's
about
on a
to
whole
hear-
bunch of platforms that open the doors for me to other demographics. You feel me?
Markets,
So that's what I'm trying to like. I love Corona. I'm from Corona, but I'm trying to branch out, bro. And the next time, like any feature that I do, is gonna be something to, like, not to benefit me, to like expose me to the more people, because I feel like if people hear my shit at least once, they'll probably hear it one more time. They'll hear it probably 3 more times, 5 more times if they really fuck with. Not probably every song, but there's people that can relate to the shit, the material that I'm putting out there. And that's the way I'm approaching it as an artist.
Faze out here got confidence.
He's working.
He already got that part. He got that part.
He working.
And
He
the
believes
Mars
in
is up there. He's
himself.
up to par. Y'all remember him from the Corona United episode, right? For the fans out there. That nigga was on the episode, dropped the freestyle and everything.
Shout out to
That was,
DNA,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Shout out to
yeah.
DNA, man.
Yo,
I fuck
facts.
with
Let's
you,
talk
man.
about DNA. What's the relationship like with DNA?
Man, we grew up with DNA. It's from 107. I've always hung since I was little, bro. I used to come to 107 because of Rays and shit. That's my brother. We grew up together since diapers. Just so y'all know, this isn't we didn't just start rapping, bro. We started rapping together. We started since day one. We started
did that happen? Like,
the
yo, I
first
think we
time
should
we
be
started
rappers.
smoking weed, we started together.
We smoked weed
So this ain't no like.
in the studio.
This is really a brother of
And then from
mine.
there-
Like, this is my little brother to me. You feel me?
2006.
But it's like like I treat my brothers, because Rays is my brother. I have 2 blood brothers, but my brothers back here, these are my brothers. We're family.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's the way my team moves. It's different.
He know me when I was in
It's
stomach.
different because it's when you go through shit with people, it gets like you reach a certain a certain level where you can like. I can trust somebody there with all my bread on top of the table, with all my shit. I could trust all my brothers with my bread, everything on top of the table. I know they ain't gonna touch it, because I know I'm a good judge of character. And when it comes to like loyalty, bro, loyalty means a lot. And you put people through certain tests to test their loyalty, and
I mean,
Once
on
they-
purpose? On purpose?
I
Like
don't
you
know.
get into fights on purpose, or like?
Nah. I left my fighting days in the past, bro. Them shits
He's
is
like,
in
yo,
the
I
past.
paid for this fight. Yo, y'all random?
Unless I'm getting paid, I mean,
Everybody step outside,
If they
we
throw,
about to
if,
fight.
if they signing a check for a fight, I mean, I might have to jump in the ring, even if I got my ass beat. But I don't care.
Well, that's not what I hear right now. But I ain't gonna talk about it. I ain't gonna talk about it. I ain't gonna talk about
He's
it.
listening.
I'm just saying. I heard Faze put in work. That's all I heard. I don't know, but
Nah, man.
He's like,
but who am I to judge?
allegedly.
I wasn't there, nor I don't even know what I'm talking about in this story.
Allegedly.
So
It's not.
this story's
At least I'm about to
irrelevant.
get people indicted. You have people think we're snitching out here. Nigga.
I ain't saying nothing, nigga. I'm just
I
saying what I
fuck with my
heard.
man. Yeah.
Like, we're gonna be like, yo, Awkd son, they
It's a fact.
snitching. Don't go over there. Them
Did you
niggas
hear about the
snitching.
rocket that landed back? That thing?
What rocket?
Everybody hears something. So I'm
You
just-
talking about James Harden dropping 60 the other day? Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
Yo, so with the mixtape, you only did one video?
just one video, but you want
Shout
to
out
know
to
why?
that video. Shout out to that
Shout
video.
out to that video, my man.
Video. Shout out
Yo,
to the video.
that's
Shout out to
fact,
the
that
video.
drama
Shout out to the
video
Not gonna lie,
classic.
you did your thing. That shit.
I think it was right. I thought
Shit hit almost up to 2 bands already.
I don't want to toot my own home, but I say, yo, I'm
Oh
gonna go
my
in.
God.
It's my name on the fucking thing, on the video, nigga. You know, you gotta put your name on it.
Son, we
But
was
look, yo, shout out to
Yo, shout out to my
Quack.
nigga's vest right here. Look,
Yo,
somebody in
yo,
fashion right
son is
there.
out
niggas
here.
wearing Tiger.
My son
Yo,
Quack.
niggas talking about you cheaters.
Alex didn't
We
wear
out
his
here.
vest today.
It's my
one of y'all
brother
niggas
from
is wearing
another.
cheetahs?
Huh?
Y'all
Nah,
niggas
that
ain't
nigga
wearing
taking this to
cheetahs,
another one,
nigga.
nigga. I'm wearing squirrel
Y'all
right
niggas
now.
wearing
Fucking
cheetah
cheetah.
vest.
He
Niggas
cooked
is
the
wearing
cheetah and put on
You
the
had to
jacket.
catch it, choked
What are you
it,
talking about?
skinned it. He's like, I ran 70 miles per hour to catch the
Put a cheetah.
Nigga try to outrun you, motherfucker.
Yo, man, it's great though. Anyway, so let's move on from the topic.
That was the biggest thing that was snitching. Yeah.
This shit, boy.
Nah, my friend, look, we in the middle of a show. You can't just keep saying hold on.
Niggas say, yo, hold on.
Yo, that's some good shit. What's
It's
the name
crazy.
of that?
Nah, that's
It's
it.
crazy when the cameraman don't know how to work
What's the
camera.
name of this shit? Oh, I haven't had the camera in a
Oh, that's that Glucci.
Glucci.
Y'all haven't heard of
Damn.
Glucci?
Y'all heard that? Put that on the
Have you ever heard of Glucci?
It's that weed.
Yeah, I heard about it.
You
I haven't heard shit.
I heard of Gucci. No, I did, but I haven't done it. I haven't done it.
We done passed the
You heard about it, but do you know
anything?
anything about it?
Oh, no. Why? What's that?
It's a hybrid, bro. That shit
Gucci is
is.
the bud.
Let me tell you something.
I know my shit
If
about
y'all
my
catch me
bud.
smoking, I just hit the numerals on the
First of all, my
block.
brother,
Y'all see me smoking?
we was
Yo,
in high
matter
school,
of
you
fact,
used
what's
to
the
smoke.
Nah,
score
let
on
me
that
tell you,
game?
my first blunt was when I was 19 years old, after
Yeah.
high school.
Okay, I mean, I was in high school. You older than me. I remember you was older.
Yeah.
I was in high school.
You had one of the baddest shorties in high school. I'm
Chill,
gonna tell you.
man.
I'm gonna tell you that right now that we grown and I can look at you in the
Let's
face
not
and say,
say
yo, you
no
know
names,
what?
please.
Oh no, I'm not gonna say no
names, no
names.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna come on this show by myself and we go.
That's a whole different topic. That's a whole different topic.
I just wanted to tell you that, like, yo, congratulations, nigga, you was in the lead for a while, man. I ain't walking up and down them hallways like, okay. I'm gonna have to pick up the mic and start spitting something around here.
Let's get back to the show. Regular schedule program.
Phase, if
Talk
I'm
to
not
me.
mistaken, you're the one who said, mi primera canción en español me siento como Anthony Santos. Y'all
Yeah.
don't know about that. Y'all don't know about that.
Yo,
Talk
Alex,
about that.
Alex be on some shit.
I'll be what? Nigga, I'll be
boy.
what? Yeah, let me tell you something. I don't be lurking, but I be noticing. So I do be noticing everybody posting shit up and shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I do be noticing when y'all put up your videos.
So you be lurking. You be
I'm
lurking.
He'll scroll.
Yeah, I don't know the way. I don't know if Instagram how it works for y'all anymore, but like
Everybody
it opens up to anybody's page
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Like you
yeah,
just scroll and it's like, yo, this nigga opened it 2 days ago.
The popular page, the popular
So now I look like I'm a lurker if I like your shit. Like I wasn't on your page, nigga.
4 days,
That's what's
4
on my
days
timeline.
later.
Days later.
So, with that being said, it came out on my timeline. I liked it. You could go back and check it. I liked it.
You
because
like-
you was in
oh, yeah,
Spanish.
yeah.
So what's going on with that? You
With the
stick.
Spanish joint, I'm gonna speak about the Spanish joint, but I'm not gonna give you too much details because
It's coming soon. That's you heard it here
yeah,
first.
but shout out to my man Luciano, man.
Oh,
Because if
another
it
one.
wasn't for
He switched it
him,
up.
if
He
it wasn't
switched
for
it
if it
up.
wasn't for my man, to be honest, like he was one of the first people in Corona that started switched up from English to Spanish.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I hit him up because I fucked with his Spanish shit OD hard. Like I was playing that shit. I was like, yo, that shit is fire, bro. Keep doing. And then I linked up with him. I remember on my way back from work. I don't have that job no more, but I was on my way back from work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I hit him up. I was like, yo, let's link up because I seen the narco shit he dropped. I seen a couple things. You did the video for that, right?
Yeah, I'm out here. son.
Yeah, you're working.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
But I know.
He forgot. He forgot about it.
As far as my relationship with artists, there's not a lot of people that I work with. I only I keep it small. Like I don't work with too many people because it's the vibe has to be there. It has to be a good vibe. Like when we're in the studio, it's a vibe, and that's how you make records. That's the best way to make records. But aside from that, Luciano, me and him, we linked up. He invited me to his crib. We went over there. I took a little 6-pack, and we was going through the songs we was working on. I was actually showing him FaceTime before it was even, before like a couple songs I was planning on. And he was like, "Yo, that's fire!" Bow, and then he played me some of the shit that he was working on. And he was like, "Yo, I found this shit, this swang shit, this swang shit. Somebody told me I should make a remix in Spanish or some shit." So I started fucking with it, and he played the hook that he had for me. The swang remix. I don't know if you heard of it.
Of course.
In Spanish, we did the.
I get it the
so
minute
me
it's
and
out the
him,
studio.
that was my first verse in Spanish in a minute because I tried back in the days when I first started rapping to try to rap in Spanish, and it was I liked more English, so I kept the English because that's my first language. Even though I'm Dominican and shit, but I speak more English than Spanish because you feel me, we was born here and shit.
Word.
But the song I wrote that verse and I was hyped because the shit sounded ill, so I was spitting it over and over and over. I'm the type of nigga, I'm making my voice memos and shit.
Yeah.
Like on my iPhone, I'll play the beat in a computer and then I'll record my voice memo, just hear it over and over to see if it sounds fire. And I'm like, yo, I'm fucking with this.
Like.
Let's go to the studio, let's record it, and we made it happen. And we did the swing shit, so we released that shit and people was fucking with my verse in Spanish. So I was like, yo, maybe I should keep trying some Spanish shit, you know? Like, and then I did that other shit, the remix to that fucking, to what's that shit called? You don't got no complaints, the no complaint shit in Spanish. And I did the Anthony Santos shit, the bars in Spanish. They was really fucking with that song. They fuck with it. I got people in DR playing that shit still. Every day, like my mom, everybody, you know, the uncles, they're like, oh shit, this shit is fire. You know, they can relate. Yeah, they understand it. Even though I'm talking about drugs and shit, they fuck with me though.
Of course. Nah, because I remember when Luciano hit me with the I'm gonna do swang. First of all, once again, you asked me my opinion, I'm gonna tell you my opinion. Don't remix a song that's out there. Nobody wants to hear your version, nigga. Especially if a song, if a song is popping, my nigga, like right now.
Let it be.
Yeah? Like right now, what's the most popping song on the radio?
That 6ix9ine.
Cardi B. Cardi B has to be one of them.
6ix9ine shit, right?
6ix9ine.
You think I'm in the mood to listen to 6ix9ine and I'm gonna hear another nigga come on it and it's like, yo, son, first of all, the
To
quality's
be honest,
off.
he about to come out with a remix. He about to come out.
No,
Offset
but
is
I'm
out.
saying-
He's in somebody else.
Somebody else, like,
Somebody else.
don't go doing it the very next day. Like, yo, I got this,
not the
nigga.
next day.
I'm like, yo, my
But you
nigga,
know
nobody
what?
wants to hear your
But you know
version.
what?
Like,
A lot of people came up like Dolly.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
those-
that's
all
what
right,
I'm
but
saying.
that's Spanish, nigga.
The
They do it in
remix-
Spanish or something. Like, they switch it up. I'm talking about, like, yo, it's my freestyle now over, and it's like, nigga, what
But
this
it's
nigga
not
doing?
every song that's popping.
The
to it,
purpose.
too.
But I'm saying-
It depends
But I'm gonna tell you
on-
something.
But
The
anyway.
purpose of a remix.
It's to get poppin'.
The purpose of a remix is, all right. Let's say you hear a record comes out today, right? And like, cause this is one of the songs on my project, right? Creepy Kush, the remix. When that record first came out, we saw potential in that record before it even popped. You feel me? So before anybody even knew about that song, we already had our remix on deck.
Before
So
it
when
even
that
got
song blew
poppin'.
up, they heard our Spanish version to it. People was like, I mean, they heard our remix. It's not a Spanish
See,
version, but
in a
it's our
sense like
remix
that-
to it. But we did it in English.
In a
'Cause
sense like that, I
you know
could
what I'm
agree.
saying?
We did it before it got
It's
poppin'.
more about creativity.
I could
'Cause
understand that.
You gotta be, if you're gonna make a remix, at least be creative with it. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course.
Like,
And that's the
make
thing,
it
too.
your own. Like
that's why, like Tory Lanez and shit, like when he did Popcorn over the Popcorn, he did the song over Drake's featuring Popcorn shit. He remixed it, but he doesn't say the same shit he says. He switched up the flow. He did his own shit. So you want to hear that shit. Now this nigga, the Unforgettable, when he did French Montana's Unforgettable, he switches up the chorus. If you're gonna do that, Tato, you could go remix anything you want. Make it your own shit, so we can be like, yo, put his
if you're
version
gonna
on.
make a remix,
But
make
if
it
you're
your
gonna
own.
go repeat the
Don't
same
fight.
shit that this nigga just said, and it's like, nigga, we want to hear the mastered version, not your version. You know what I'm saying? That's why. So when Anthony came up, Luciano, excuse me, when Luciano came up to me with the remix idea, I said, don't do it, number one. And number two, what are you doing a song with Fase for? Like, no disrespect to you, I just said, what are y'all doing songs together? Like, make music, nigga, like, make art. But then I heard the song and I shut the fuck up. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I had to apologize to that nigga. I had to text that nigga personally and say, yo, I apologize, my nigga, because the shit came out fire. He was like, yo, you was doubting it, blah, blah. And I said, nah, I wasn't doubting you, I was just doubting the song. I said, that shit
I didn't believe the
dumb.
song.
Bro, trust me. If I'm working on a song, it's because I like it. And then, like, I mean, before it was different. I was just like, any opportunity I got to get on the mic, I would go. It was like, it was a hunger, but now it's more of appreciation and love for the shit, more than that hunger. Because as soon as I got a little at-home studio now where I could vibe for myself on some type shit, and it's just like, it's different now. The love I got for music and the time I'm putting into it now, because I have that at-home studio, it's like making me grow as an artist. And I feel like I've been at the same level for so long, I'm trying to like step it up a notch, you feel me? And there's a couple things that I'm working on to make that happen, you feel me? Like,
You
couple
going everywhere,
things.
nigga. You got a pop song
We
coming?
moving.
I got a couple pop records
There
actually.
you go, nigga. Yo, do
brother,
pop, son.
shout out
Let me
to
tell you
his
something. Do
brother.
I got
pop,
a
nigga.
pop.
Don't be afraid to do pop.
Yo, let me
Shout
tell
out
you
to
something.
brother
Shout out to Jordy Blanco, man. My
That's
little
your brother.
We keep
that
it
nigga
in
showed me
house.
some shit on Photoshop that I said, wait a minute, nigga.
That's
I
what
know
I'm
you
saying.
fucking do that.
Motherfucker's talented, wears
yeah,
many
that's a
hats,
fact.
and like, and I respect it because he not that he not. I'm not trying to take credit and shit, but the way I moved and the way my family talks and the way we have the relationship that we have is like we always learning. You feel me? From each other type shit. And it's like we appreciate each other for learning shit. So it's like if we say something wrong, even in the vocabulary, like you talking to sex, you say something wrong, fuck up, we correct each other and we're like, yo, good looks. You feel me? Because you helped me out, because I just learned something.
Word.
Are you
feel me?
related to
Like-
Big Rich? I think he's related to
Yeah,
Big Rich.
Big Rich is my cousin, yeah. My mom's his uncle and shit. I mean, her aunt.
Oh.
Feel me? I fucked up for a
you
second
are?
right there. Nah,
Oh no, because I seen one of the comments one time he said good looks cuz, but I thought you know how we talking to streets like yo.
Nah, that's really my blood cousin.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
His
you
father was my mom.
see how it all works in here?
Shout out to Big Rich, man. I love you, cuz. You feel me?
Did Big Rich put the pressure on you to get him here?
Who?
Yo, everybody, you seen Corona Diner. Corona Diner's doing big things right now, man. It's all in the family, you feel me? Corona Diner, man. Shout out to Corona Diner, man. If
Once
you haven't
again.
been there, go over there.
I've been,
Huh?
I pay bills in Corona.
This nigga got credit in Corona Diner, man.
Every other day. Same
Nah,
shit.
we haven't been back since the fucking alcohol, nigga.
What happened?
We haven't been back since the alcohol. They started serving that shit. We still
Oh,
haven't
no,
gone
no,
back.
I went back. I went back with London.
Oh, that's what you do now?
I be going out there with my friends. I go out there with
Nah,
my
but
friends.
really,
Oh, okay.
for real.
All right, my fault.
Big Rich, man. I really love that nigga. I really look up to that
Should
nigga.
do a video in there, nigga. What's
He's
up?
that's like a role model. He's like a big brother that, you feel me, like that like, you know, like that's my guy right there, man. I really look up to you, cuz I
That's
really
what's
love
up.
you,
That's
bro.
a fact.
That's what's up. We're plugged in. Are we plugged in with him?
He hasn't sponsored us
I
yet.
thought I was plugged in.
Not yet.
Maybe I'm jumping the gun. I could have. Yo, Rich, let me know where our relationship stands, my nigga, before I start shouting you out. If it comes out that nigga says, yo, I don't know that black nigga, I know the other
Fuck
one.
that nigga.
Yo, facts, son.
Yeah, let me pour some more.
Yo, but not only do you sing rap in Spanish, on Instagram, I found out this nigga sings bachata.
Oh, también. Hold up.
Shout out to you for putting that up. You know what? Because it takes a real man to put that shit up.
That's what I'm saying.
I
bro.
like seeing shit like
I'm
that.
myself, bro.
I like
the
seeing
reason
shit
why,
like that.
The reason why I put that out is because, bro, I'm myself. Ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing. What? I'm Dominican. I know bachata. I could tell you every fucking Romeo song that ever came out.
Oh.
I could
What if-
sing,
what if
I
you
could
blow
sing
up
along
shit
to it, and I
bachata,
dance
though?
bachata,
just
and I
saying,
dance merengue.
What if you do a
But I make
bachata
rap
song?
music.
What if you do a bachata and it blows up?
And it
man?
blows up.
I don't know,
you might
man.
have to stick to that
I
image.
might have to write one for somebody. You feel
I'm
me? But they
saying,
the bread gotta be right though.
Yo, nigga, listen, you never know.
I got
son,
the
wherever
money
words.
is.
Word.
You'd be surprised. I just found
I
out
can
like
write.
the nigga that wrote Romel's song to Promise is some English nigga.
You lying.
Yeah, there's some ill R&B
Romeo like
nigga
that?
wrote Promise for
But it's
Romel.
been- oh, damn.
Rico Love, that's his name. Some shit. I don't
Nah,
know.
but Rico Love ain't
And then he
from
wrote-
English,
she-
nigga. He's from
she was
fucking
singing
Florida.
earlier.
He's in Florida, based out of Florida.
I'm talking about he's an English artist.
No, he's not. Rico Love?
All right, I don't know who the fuck is Rico Love. I don't think it's Rico Love.
Rico Love is
Rico Love.
nah. Rico Love is nah, but Rico Love does a lot of work with things, nigga.
All right, nigga, I got the wrong nigga. I'm shouting out the wrong
He
people.
produced a lot of the Rick
Shout out
Ross
to him.
albums.
Word,
He's on
right?
those type albums.
Shout out to
Whoever
him,
you
then,
are,
fuck it,
bro.
And
nigga.
Usher, he produced a lot of Usher shit.
So
That's
who?
a lot of. That's another thing I wanted to touch here, bro. Because as far as the music industry, people think that they could just be an artist and make bread. It's not like that. Now you got other doors you can step into. There's other contracts you can sign, publishing contracts, fucking, you know, like you can write a record for somebody and get paid royalties. I mean, we
And
all
just be in
know
the
about
comfort of
that.
your own
because-
house.
You know what I'm saying?
Be chilling at the crib.
I know y'all know Devo D. Shout out to Devo D.
shout out
He's
to
on
Devo
the-
D.
He's
Shout
on
out to Devo
FaceTime.
D.
I done
but-
fucked up his
but my
episode,
man,
son.
my man's has done things and accomplished things, and you feel me? Like anybody could do it. You feel me? I respect Devo D, what he does, and he's versatile with what he does, and he could sing, he could rap, and he's all over the place. But where he's at is a position I want to be. So that's why I've been reaching out to my mans, and he's actually part of the mixtape that Sucker Free. Sucker Free, I don't know if you heard his vocals in the back, but your man's is in there. He was part of that record, you know, like, and I had a special vibe with him in the studio, and you feel me, like. I fuck with Devo D, that's my guy. But what I'm saying is that
nigga, that dude talented.
I'm trying to also be in that position where I can probably, you know, write records for people. I don't give as long as I get my foot in the door, I know I'm gonna fucking go straight somewhere else. I'm gonna be a supervisor, whatever the fuck I gotta do. But when I get my foot in the door, whatever it is, even if in the music industry, it's not just being an artist. It's you could write for people, you could make the beats, you could be an A&R, you could be a manager, you could do wild things you can do. It just depends what you do with your time, bro.
Well, listen, if you're planning on ghostwriting, right? I'm gonna let you know right now. Every time I see y'all niggas on K Shark TV, I be thinking I got this. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna come out with a 16 one day, but I'm stuck on Life's a Game of Chess. After that, I'm stuck. I don't got nothing else. I don't know how I wanna. So if you wanna ghostwrite for me or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Hit me with the bars on the low, and then nigga, I'll be on that shit next week.
Make
nigga,
sure
like,
you quick pay
I
him,
got you,
Venmo him.
man. Yeah, I got pay. You can get my PayPal. I got you after the 17th.
there you go, nigga. Send it to me, nigga. I got you. Speaking of K Shark TV, what's the relationship over there?
K Shark, that's I respect K Shark for what he does. You feel me? He's been doing this for a while. He's a ill guy, bro. Like I have nothing but respect for that man. I've been on his channel like 2 times, 3 times. You feel me?
You didn't do the first one, the one at All the Right, right?
Nah, he
you
ain't.
didn't do it. He didn't do that one.
The first All the Right
first
one,
one.
not the second.
No,
the
the
first.
first
I was
one,
on
the
it.
first one.
I had a chance to
I
be on
thought
the
that's when you
second,
in the
but
back
you know,
row.
like I didn't feel like it was right. Huh?
You did it. You did the first one.
I didn't know. Yeah, I did
K
all-
Shark
first one,
twice.
right?
I
Or like probably 3-4 times I've been on K
You
Shark.
gotta get that Corona.
But I respect that man for what he does. Yo, shout out to Kaiser, man. You the man. Shout out to the whole squad, the whole team. Tony Byers, I fuck with you.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like I fuck with that. I fuck with that side of the shit. But you feel me? Like it's like
Bristol, Kaiser.
like it's more like sometimes it has to be the time is right. It's all about timing. Like anytime I've been on Kaiser or on K Shark, you feel me? It was like a specific time in my life where I had to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like the last time I was on it was on the cipher that I did, the Come Up cipher, and it was somewhere in Jersey, but it was me. It was a couple people on there. You feel me? Like
That's the one that, like in the
Jail
garage.
Rider, Clips. Jail
Nah,
Rider.
it was like
No,
a
I
white
mean, that was-
backdrop,
yeah, like
and
a
I was
white
wearing the
and the
Mets
two-
shit.
yeah.
I think I know which one.
And
Black and white, right?
Yeah. And we was on there, and it was an experience
No,
because I had been gone for like I hadn't been working on music for. I had my son. I love my son, bro. I see that.
You have
I got him.
You ain't got kids?
Yeah, I got a son, bro. I got a
I think
son,
it's a
bro.
blessing.
2 years old. 2 years old, Jeremiah.
I
man.
didn't do my research good enough, man. I done fucked up
He
this
said, how would you
episode.
skip through that whole thing?
I
Shout
know,
out
we
to my
wanna go
son,
back to the
man.
first
Shout out to
question,
my
like, how
son.
is it
Nah,
being a
because
son?
you hear rappers in New York, oh, that's my son. I thought it was his
posted
lawyer.
him
or
up.
I'm
something.
saying it all this time. He's like, yo, now I'm gonna pick up my son, and I'm over here like, yo, Raise needs a ride. Like, yo, that's what I thought he was meant when he said, like, I'm gonna go meet up with my son right now.
He thought it was that New York slang.
He posted him up.
Shout out to my boy, man, Jeremiah Blanco, man.
He's posting him up all
got-
day.
Nah, but I seen him. But I'm saying, I thought like that was like a little brother, nephew, something. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's his kid.
Nah, that's my son, bro. That's my kid. Yeah.
God bless.
But
That's a
around that time,
little
around when that whole
face,
thing
man.
was going on, you know, like I was in a different mindset. I couldn't work on music. I had writer's block. I could not work on music. Even if I tried, I could put a beat on, I'll start writing. I didn't like what I wrote. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, but I was going through some shit, right? And it came to a point where I was just like, yo, I'm gonna get back on my shit. I'm on back on my bully shit. And I was like, and they hit me up for that cipher. I was like, yo, fuck it.
It worked out.
It's the perfect time for this shit now. I wrote my bars for that, and it was just like a perfect time just to get me back in the groove to, you know, start working. And right after that cipher is when I started working on FaceTime, bro.
Damn.
And it's just like
So
I
you
haven't
got a
stopped
minute.
ever since.
You got to
I haven't stopped since.
I'm glad you said that because you didn't rush the project. How
Yeah.
long you had working on the project?
It was the songs. There was like a couple songs on there that was recorded like about a year before we dropped.
There you go.
But it's just like
You don't have to just
the
do
thing
something
is that
and put it out right away, Jonathan.
that's what I'm saying.
We couldn't vote this
That's what I'm
episode
saying.
for 2 years and then put it out. You don't have to just put it out right away.
Damn.
No, I'm not. No, but I'm saying
Alex
there's
is pretty
artists
like
that just
that.
like want to record right away. They're like, no,
Yeah.
wait, like nobody's
But the
rushing.
thing is
you,
that
man.
everybody goes through that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody goes through. We've been through that a lot of times. We've been through that. It's just like you learn from that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't. A lot of people. All right, you'll make a record and at the moment it's fire, and you know it's one of those records where you got to drop at the moment. If not, it's not gonna catch no heat. Then you drop that one. Okay, I understand. But if you're working on a project, it's different. You're gonna work on the project. You're gonna love every song. Unless if that song is not done and you don't fuck with it, don't finish it. The project shouldn't drop. You know what I'm saying? Like you should have take your time with your shit, and like every vocal should be right. And working with my little brother, I've been learning about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because my little brother is really detail oriented.
Yeah.
So
You need
it's
people like that.
We go into vocals, individual vocals, and And you know, we
Edit them,
like
chop
make
them
sure,
up.
yeah, chop them up. You know, like even the beat doesn't sound right in a specific spot. You put a different type of different part of the beat in the spot where you want it, so it could drop right. You know what I'm saying? Like, love your music, man. That's the message I'm trying to put out there. Because a lot of people don't like they just in it for the moment, like, oh, just to say I'm cool. Oh, I rap, yeah, I rap, and it's for just to put it on an Instagram video, like you in the studio type shit. But it's more than that, bro. It's a lot more than
That
that.
nigga just shitted on Chris. Huh? No.
There's a few rappers that I see. We know who. Always in the studio, but never drops music.
Oh, we ain't gonna talk about them niggas. We'll talk about them afterwards. But yeah, them niggas.
I see the nigga. I'm like, yo, dude. I'm gonna
This
ask.
nigga's been a rapper for I don't know how long.
I'm
I
like,
haven't
I've been
heard one
waiting
song.
for it. I'm like, damn, is it
I've
is it
heard one
swag
song,
or you just
nigga.
chilling in the
I don't
studio
know.
but never dropped the song? Never heard a song from the nigga.
Do you think like
None
the
of that
fact that
on
you
camera, man.
label yourself as an artist? I don't know how I want to ask this question, but because I feel like in this neighborhood, it's so ill. One thing that I do like about this neighborhood is that if tomorrow Robert wants to fucking design clothes for a living, everybody would know him as, oh, that's the nigga that designs clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother picked up a drum machine, did beats, oh, that's the nigga that does beats. We did the podcast, oh, that's the niggas that do the podcast. So you rap, oh, that's the nigga that raps. I like the fact that you do that. Like you make a name for yourself quickly. Like the minute you decide what field you going into, nigga, that's it. You're stuck with that.
Yeah, you gotta do
But do you
that.
think like you could ever like back out of it now that you're in too deep into it?
Could become bachatero.
It's like it's
saying
just
bachata is
at
the
this
way, nigga.
point, bro. It's just a part of me, bro. At this point, it's like a part of me, like like my hand, like my fingers, like I can't stop. Like there'll be times where like if I'm overthinking something, I'll put on a beat and I'll start writing about it because it just helps it get out. You feel me? What I'm saying? Like this, like I'm kind of scared to drop that kind of material because people don't want to hear that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like that real rap. People don't want to hear that shit no more.
Well, I don't think
We're in
people-
crazy times when it comes to
I don't think
music.
people don't
Over here
hear it.
going,
I
we're
don't
listening
think-
to
I don't think
Blicky,
they're petty.
niggas get the stiffy. That's what we're listening to now. That's what we're listening to now. So
I
it's
was
just like,
talking to somebody about this, and I said maybe it's not that it's not the right time. It's just not the right setting. Like if we're all drinking right here, right now, we all chilling, we vibing. There's no loud music or nothing, so we could probably listen to some real rap or some shit. Somebody depressed in the room, they could go listen to Drake or some shit. You know what I'm saying? The thing with that 6ix9ine, like all them niggas, that little music that's going on right now, it's not our time anymore. We too old. Like we don't want to admit it, nigga, but we old already. So these young niggas, these niggas got energies for years. If this shit was back in high school, nigga, when we was in Newtown, you know that would have been our anthem coming out to that football squad. Like, nigga,
But this is the-
like, yo, we in here, nigga.
this is what I want to explain to you with the mentality that you have in it. It's like I've been going through this years and like it's just like we're growing and you gotta adapt to the where you at. You know, like if you get thrown in the jungle, you gotta become Tarzan, nigga, if you want to survive.
Right, facts.
You know what I'm saying? But like, it's like I could do that type of music too. But I can also make my own type of music where it comes from the soul type shit. And that's the type of shit that I make, that I listen to, and I know people could relate to it, but it's just like, how do you target that audience? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you put it out there to people that like that kind of music? Everybody that likes that kind of music can hear it and be because then I know they'll appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like there's artists out there that's still doing that kind of music and they got, you know, like you have your J. Cole's, your Kendricks, bro. Like them people are lyricists. Like they really do what they do, and people their fans really love them niggas as artists and they'll live forever because
they
so
gravitate
long as they have those fans, they'll live forever, bro.
I feel like
Because anything they drop, even if it's whack, even if whatever the fuck they drop, just because he's on there, they're gonna listen to it.
I feel like rap is like, if you a rapper, it's like being a teacher. Like, how do you make your class fun? How do you make me go to class and listen to what you gotta say? Because you know there's teachers that know how to teach. Obviously, they got the fucking diploma, but they're boring. So you don't want to listen to them. Like, yo, shut up, nigga. I know you know everything, but I don't.
You have to find
But there's
the
them
one
fun
that
teachers that
engages
be
to
like,
the
yo, I'm gonna make class fun, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I'm gonna teach you something. So I think rap is like that. You gotta find a way to make it fun
To
or whatever,
engage with people.
but then throw in like the lesson. Like, all right, here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to hit you with some lyrical shit. I'm trying to hit you that, whatever the case is. But nobody knows the science behind it. You just gotta keep working until
For
you
me,
find it.
you know what has worked for me at this point is the reason I smoke weed.
Which
Weed,
is?
because I smoke weed, I've connected with a lot of people that I don't think I've ever would have been in the same room with them if I wouldn't have smoked weed. So that's why I love weed. Shout out to Mary
Start
J,
smoking,
man.
nigga. Maybe y'all need to pick up the blunt every now and then.
It be crazy, bro. The people
As
you be
we around
seeing when
here,
you the sites you be in, bro. It be on film. You feel me? Like
You're like,
it
bro, I like how
be.
you got there. You're like, how the fuck?
I need to smoke. You know who I need to smoke with? You know who I need to smoke with? I need to, at least once, bro. I need to smoke with Cat Williams, man.
Yeah, right. One time.
That nigga, just
I don't know, I
one
think
time,
shit laced
boy.
up,
That's
though,
what
nigga.
that's
You
what
might
I
have
need
some
to
other shit
smoke
in
with
there.
that nigga one time, just to know what the fuck happened, boy.
That shit go.
What happened? You was
Like,
in
where
the
did you
Pink
go?
Chronicles with the Clover. He was making. He was that man. I was just like, yo, what
You
happened?
ease that
boy?
nigga in real quick and be like, yo, you know what? This is how you get niggas to
Cat, let
ask
me
a
talk to you
question.
real quick, Cat.
It might work, nigga. That's how niggas always at work. You never see the niggas that smoke break. Them niggas be the friendliest
Dude,
niggas. You don't even know them
word.
niggas, but yeah, you got a
outside
cigarette.
the click and shit. You get the
Maybe
extended
you got a
breaks.
cigarette.
'cause
I'm in there, nigga.
They all stick together. You're like, motherfucker, what's going on over there? You try to stay, but it's not the same. You come around, you're a non-smoker. It's
You
not
a
the same.
non-smoker. They're like, oh, this nigga, like you the loser for that
It's
shit.
like, well, you're not the same. You got to be engaged.
Who's somebody that influences you in music? Since you do all type of styles.
To be honest,
Damn, I know what
completely
Who's your
honest.
favorite artist right now?
Nah, not right now. I mean,
Nah, right now. I want to know.
Not right. I don't have favorites. I listen to a
Banksy.
lot. I listen to a lot. Yo, shout out to my man Banksy, man. I really fuck with him.
I heard somebody don't
Banksy's
want me
my
doing
guy.
that drop anymore. So.
Me and him gotta get a vibe, special vibe in the studio. We've been in the studio together. We just haven't vibed out yet and got the right record for it. But one day I know it's gonna happen because
It's coming.
it's crazy.
We
My
can
son
arrange
Bravo, you know Bravo, right?
I could arrange that, you know.
we could get it extended.
Nah, we make
You know
it
what,
happen, bro.
if we have to arrange it, don't do it. Don't do no songs with people you have to arrange, all right?
Nah,
nigga?
nah,
You
nah,
are
nah.
Phase motherfucking
That's what
Blanco
I'm
from the campo.
saying. That's what I'm
All right?
saying, boy. It's already been a
fan,
thing.
nigga.
Like we gonna make that happen. That's something for the future. Like when it's the right time, we gonna make that happen. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
that's what's
It's all
up.
about the time, man.
If it's gonna be a song. Nah,
It's
if
gonna
just
be a record.
track,
It's gonna be a
if
record.
It's gonna be a track.
It's not
then
gonna
I
be
could
no.
care less.
It's not gonna be no freestyle where we just spit
we left on
16,
bad terms
16, and
because
it's
Alex
over.
flew him out on Spirit Airlines. I think Banksy went back.
my
And
son.
another dude I want to work. I'm definitely trying to work with Through Wade.
Oh yeah.
We spoke. We had.
I think
Me and him had a
he's
little
the kind
off-cam
one.
cipher.
You gotta remember, he's the kind one. He's the nice one. I don't know if you revert back to my episode, but he's the
That
nice
was like
one.
the
all
third
right?
episode.
He's the nice one. You could get him on a song right away, like in 2 seconds. he'll do a song
We
with you.
definitely gotta vibe out and do some
He'll be
shit.
like,
'cause
"Word, pull
he
up."
makes the type of music that you know that I like. I actually go listen to all his shit. Like 11368, I heard the whole thing. You feel me? Like I fuck with everybody from the hood. Like
I was just about to say that. I noticed that you fuck with
respect-
everybody in the hood.
Yeah, I fuck with everybody. I respect the grind and the time it takes to do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like you just gotta be. I'm a humble person. I consider myself a humble person, but it's just the type of energy I bring to the table, type shit. You know, like we gotta learn from each other. We only live once, type shit. Let's make money together, type shit. You know what
I'm
I'm
gonna give you
saying?
some bad advice, nigga.
What's bad
You gotta
advice?
start walking around here like you somebody. Like fuck out of here. You niggas can't see me, nigga.
Boy.
When y'all make
Boy.
a project like FaceTime, then y'all talk to me. Yo, I guarantee you, niggas gonna hate you in the beginning.
But they gonna
But
start.
they
Bro,
gonna
I always walk around. I know
They make it
I'm
a
not
big deal the
somebody.
minute
I'm not somebody. I'm the one.
Bro, the whole
Well,
team know.
That's how I walk
That's
around.
it.
I'm
That's
the
how you
one.
gotta talk around here, nigga. You gotta be the motherfucking man, nigga. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Fuck
He know
being
what I'm
showing
talking
love out here,
about,
nigga.
He know.
I know,
It's
man,
common
but,
shit.
but,
It's common.
the
Be
thing is
starting
that
shit.
the thing is that when it comes to being a leader, there's a lot of skills that you need to have. Like when you're being a people person, it's a lot of skills you need to have. You can't have. There's no time with arguing with people. That's not even in your vocabulary. You gotta be positive on some DJ Khaled shit. You coming down the block? No, you're not coming down the block. We going up the block. We be right there. You feel what I'm saying? No down, no negative type shit.
Now you felt that one? I felt that one. That was a bad one. I
Facts.
felt
So use
we
everything
not going down the block, nigga. We going up the block. Even if it's down the block, I'm still saying I felt that one
That's
in
what
my
I'm
soul.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like it's just like
Like, I'm
you gotta be.
confused. I thought
It
we
gotta
had
be.
no
It gotta be a special vibe. Like you gotta move around. Like you know, like you're dependable. Like you're the person that people could go to get shit done. And I've read books, specific books for these skills that you need to become, you know, somebody great. And I've been on my shit, bro, and it just inspires me to keep going. And I know one day I'll get where I want to be.
I'm gonna be honest
you
with
feel
y'all niggas. Niggas that read books, hey, them niggas make it. make it somewhere, son. You know what I'm saying?
Or he used to
Be
make
afraid.
fun of me
This
about
nigga
reading
reads
books.
book every day. He's still in the same place, but when he make it,
In my
I'll be there
same
to be
book.
like, hey, there we go,
Nah,
there we
the
go.
thing about books though is that you gotta find your genre that you
Yeah.
like. You feel me? Like the shit that you enjoy reading. Cause it's
Playboy.
like you don't have to. Yeah, you fuck with Playboy and
Hey,
read
nigga.
Playboy, nigga.
It's
What the
reading.
fuck, the story about all them strippers and
My
shit.
mind,
How they
that's
made
why
it to
my
where they
soldiers
was
ain't
at.
marching, nigga. It's reading.
Shout out to girls that become strippers though, cause y'all a real MVP, man. I really
yeah.
fuck with y'all. I support y'all. I throw in a
Oh, you
lot
gonna
of-
do a girl track?
I throw
anytime
some
soon,
bread up
nigga?
in there.
You
What?
gonna do a girl track and have
I
a stripper?
got a couple, man.
Do the
I got a
video, nigga.
couple.
I'll shoot the video for you.
Yeah.
Cut. And then
Yo, but you gotta shake your ass though, like.
Nah. If I do a record for the females, it's gonna be more of a. You feel me? Like it's gonna be more of a. You'll see when it comes, bro.
right.
You'll see when it
We'll
comes.
be
type
waiting,
shit.
nigga. We'll be waiting.
Yeah, I got a couple in there actually
Now,
ready.
let me ask you something that I haven't seen on Instagram in a minute, because I don't be lurking, but I be noticing. And I notice, I don't see Get on the Wave or Drown anymore.
Yeah.
What happened? What
I'm
happened?
gonna tell you something about Get on the Wave of Drown. We Wave Gang. That was a time in our craft. We've been doing that. We've been doing this for a while. Remember, Wave Gang. It came up as a we gonna ride. We gonna jack this fucking Wave Gang, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then it was just like at a point it was just like it was getting like repetitive. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever heard of like reinventing yourself?
Mm-hmm,
That's kind of what we did with the whole.
You're here,
Just
at the,
like, yeah.
you're here at the reinvention.
Wave Gang, that's what I'm saying. Wave Gang was a moment in our career, as if we're going
Mm-hmm.
jack the artist shit. Wave Gang was a moment in our career where we actually, it was a vibe, it was a special vibe. We were young, you feel me? We going through it, learning as we go, and it's just like a little moment we go through. It's just like 2 Chainz, his name used to be Titty Boy.
That's right. That's
So
right.
you grow as an artist, and sometimes you gotta learn about.
I
It's
think
a
you gotta
learning
reinvent
process.
yourself every like 5 years or so.
But there's
Every
artists
5
that
years.
reinvent
Cut this
themselves.
microphone. This is the last episode I do. I'm not
Nah,
doing radio
artists
next week.
reinvent themselves every album.
Yeah.
If you haven't realized, I mean, you go through.
Yeah, 'cause you grow.
There's people. If you don't reinvent yourself, you flop. So it's a skill you have to learn if you want to be a great. So that's what I'm after. Feel me? Like we out here.
Now, this is the part of the awkward times where I start problems.
Okay.
So you thought it was a better idea to be a solo artist?
Nah. I didn't think it was a better idea.
Out
I
of the
think
Wave Gang.
it's something.
And then not represent the wave, and only put niggas on 3 songs. How many songs? How many songs? Somebody, hey, I don't got the facts on me. Where
You wanna know
is
what-
Rays today?
Ray's, he's doing his own thing. He actually working on a project right now too. We ain't gonna talk about that right now because that's a special episode you're gonna have to have with my mans. And what
We
we
might reinvent ourselves by tomorrow, nigga. So
you think-
time is running,
I'll be
nigga.
here in the future, chilling.
So you,
Listen, nigga,
it's
we
not
waiting.
it's not about the becoming solo artists. It's just like the growth as an artist. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have to go through that road together. I'm gonna go through it my own way. He gonna go through it his own way. We gotta become self-made type shit, and that's what we're going through right now. I mean, you gotta do your own shit. I gotta do my own shit, and we gonna come up together type shit. We're gonna work, and we're gonna keep working. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
That's what's up. That's
if we're
what's up.
gonna make it, I don't want. If Ray's makes it, I came up because Ray's made it.
And if he makes
And if I make it, I don't want him to come up because I made it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we had to,
Trying to
we
figure it
did
out.
what we did. We started together. Now it's time to, grow up and do what I gotta do. You feel me?
I hear you.
That's the way I see. Like that's the way we got a special vibe, and we spoken about it.
That ain't
That's stuff that's behind the scenes that we don't even,
Have you ever have y'all ever obviously friends argue. Have you ever felt like there was some behind the scenes yo, is he dissing me on a song?
Like, is it me? Like, yo,
Nah, to be honest, there's a couple records where I think he dissed me. But he,
Nah, you know what?
a lot of rappers.
You know what?
we on the same record together, and your man dissed me. It's been record.
No, you know what? Because shout out to Al Goon real quick. Al Goon is my man, right?
Yeah.
And the nigga does a song, and mind you, I'm driving through my hood in my mom's car, and then that nigga says, "Yo, play this shit," and the nigga has a bar saying, "That ain't your car if your mom bought it," and I'm like, "Yo, hold on, who you dissing?" Like, wait a minute, I'm just saying, is there ever a time where you feel like, yo, this nigga talking about?
felt that way. I never.
Bro, the the way it is like when you're boring out in a song and you feel me, you got a special flow going. Like sometimes
You might look at the rapper,
but it's
like,
more of
talking about his rappers, like,
the era we came up on. Like we're battle rap fans, so we watch battle rap
Shout
because
out,
of this. Shout out to DNA.
battle rap. Shout out to battle
Shout
rap.
out to battle rap.
You
It's
don't be
still
wanting to
alive. It
watch
ain't
it,
dead.
man.
It ain't dead, man. I really fuck with battle rap. I'm a big fan of battle rap. I actually considered becoming a battle rapper at one point. But I just like, I don't know if
I
I
consider being a blogger for battle rap.
Oh, yeah, that's fire. That's fire. There's a lot of dudes. Shout out to Jay Black. Shout out to a couple
You seen
people.
what just happened on Saturday?
With Gems and Goods, yeah.
It was a sad moment for
I
us.
heard about that. My mans was there
You
and
know
shit.
about that battle rap
It
song.
was crazy, bro. But
I just get the notifications before it even
that's
happens.
why I don't.
Nigga,
That's
could be
why.
alert.
That's
I
why I
went on
said.
Twitter and started arguing with all them nigga. I got that disaster real quick. He wrote back to me some shit. I was like, yo, that's all you got, nigga? Nigga said, oh, you and your 200 followers. I said, that's all you got? Fuck you, nigga.
Nah,
but
he
I'm a
got
big
you.
dude.
He got you though, right there.
Nah, I got him. Nigga wanted to make it like a West Coast versus East Coast. I was like, yo, y'all niggas on the West Coast is always jocking us, like, but you know.
Yeah, but now he's trying to be on Smack and shit now
yeah,
too.
that's what I'm saying. Like, so.
Aside from the fact, FaceTime out. Man.
Yeah.
FaceTime.
What's next?
What's next? It's a project. It's coming. I'm not giving no names because I'm giving no
FaceTime
spoilers.
FaceTime audio coming soon. You heard it here first on the podcast.
FaceTime audio will also special one I'll give y'all for
silence
y'all just personal use and shit. Y'all can use it.
Okay.
I'll make a whole project just dissing y'all niggas and shit.
No, go
It'll be
ahead.
cool.
Honestly,
But only y'all gonna hear it though. Only y'all gonna hear it.
I'll be honest with y'all, because I wouldn't
You
be.
saying that's y'all though?
Huh? Nigga, you in the crossfire, nigga. If you think you about to walk out of here, if we start throwing bottles, you think you gonna be like, nah.
Cause I don't know who you talking about, y'all. Cause
All of a sudden, he's not y'all.
I don't know, man.
Now he's not y'all.
I'm like, nah, I'm cool with both parties,
So we
nigga.
got three mixtape. That's okay.
Nah,
I
Chris,
told
you
I
ain't
got
on the
three
mixtape, nigga.
I got 3 mixtapes, my nigga, that haven't dropped.
So drop one, nigga.
You be rapping?
But I do feel like y'all did. I felt like there was tension between us at one point. I
Wait.
felt like y'all wasn't.
At what time? And explain to me. Give me the details.
Nah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about, cause y'all was
It
there
was
for the
probably
Corona United
nah.
episode.
It looks like there was
When y'all
tension
was-
between
Well,
y'all
this
two.
nigga ran up on me
You're looking at
from
him
the
when
right.
you're looking at him when you're saying that.
This nigga ran up
There was
on me
never
from the
tension
right
with
and
me.
was like,
when-
yo, and we had a discussion. It was like, yo, what's up?
That's not you stupid.
No. But I felt like y'all felt like I wasn't, cause y'all felt like. From my understanding, I felt like y'all thought we wasn't trying to put y'all on the show.
That discussion,
Nah,
we
bro.
had it, but I never, me.
No. I'm
It's
saying,
not like we ever
I'm
seen each other,
saying
was like,
there
I'm
wasn't no
fucking
real
with
street
you.
beef.
That's
Nigga, like, yo,
not
let's shoot this
crazy.
nigga when I see him because he dated that bad bitch in
Nah,
high
you
school.
said tension.
I'm talking about like we
It's
had.
attention. I'm like, nah.
No,
just
just like resent a little bit of resentment.
I felt like y'all felt like
Yo,
y'all
no,
was
Can I say something
Just
about the
don't
subject?
allocate
Can
that
I
to
say something about the
everybody.
subject?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna give not to be an asshole or anything, but I'm gonna give y'all a little advice.
Go
Right?
ahead.
If you're gonna put somebody on your show, make sure they have something to talk about. Make sure they have a project that they're promoting. Make sure that they're doing something with their, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that y'all do that. Y'all don't do that.
What I say? No, that's exactly
Now,
what
I'm not saying y'all don't do that,
That's
but I'm
exactly
saying
what I
like if it's not the right time, then why the fuck should I be on the show? I always thought about that. Since y'all started the show, I've been supporting. I listened to every episode. I heard a lot of couple, spicy things in there. That
Which ones?
Nah. I'm
Say it
not
out there,
gonna-
nigga. Say it out there, nigga.
Nah, bro. We could talk about that off cam. You feel me?
We'll talk about
But as far as the stuff that you go like it has to be a purpose for it. And I haven't. The reason why, even if you would have asked me to be on the show about a year ago, I would have said nah. And not no disrespect that I don't want to be on your show, but I didn't have a reason to be.
That's right. I agree.
And as far as me
You know
being
the work
here
that
now,
goes on behind this shit? And it's for a nigga to be like, I'm rapping today and tomorrow you never gonna hear from me again. And it's like, yo, my nigga, I'll just wait
It's
for like a whole week,
freeze
nigga.
my ass off and shit.
Nigga, we do quality over here, nigga. We
Yeah,
sound
that's
better
what
than
I'm
99% of the podcasts
That's what
y'all
I'm
hear
saying,
out
like,
there. Shout out to.
I understand every time you have somebody on here, it's because they had a reason to be. So if
Oh,
I didn't
first
have
we
a-
want to put the hood on before anything.
Yeah, that's
we want to
what
put
I'm
the hood on first, just so when we take off.
And that's why I respect what y'all do. Like, it's crazy. Like, I respect everybody for their grind and what they do to make it where they at. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all what this is about. Like, if you don't respect the person, then why you working with them type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you getting defended off of me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fan now. I'm a believer. I'm a firm believer.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate
Does
it.
it come or contribute to you
Hope-
directing one of his videos?
Well, I wouldn't say because of the video, but that just happened to be my favorite song. I can't help it. Then the second one is the intro. And the second song is the intro and shit like that. You know what happens? That's how it works out, my nigga. Well, any last words before we take away the cameras and everything?
Yeah. FaceTime out on all platforms right now. Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, iHeartRadio. There's some shits that I don't
Damn,
even know,
iHeartRadio.
but it's on there. It's everywhere, bro.
what's up, bro.
YouTube, SoundCloud. You feel me? It's on everywhere. It's everywhere.
FaceTime
Just go
audio
listen to
coming
it. At
on.
least give it one spin.
And
If you
FaceTime.
ain't like it, just let me know. Just give me that dislike. I like that shit.
I think
No, you need that though because it's
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying. Like, I haven't seen one dislike
If you
yet,
take
so
all
I'm
these
not
niggas
tight.
to the
I'm not happy.
studio,
I'm not
If
content.
you take all these niggas to the studio and they're like, yeah, my nigga, one of them gotta go.
Yeah.
You need a nigga like me in there to be like, yo, my man, you not this remix. Like, yo,
Yeah.
you need a nigga like me, son. I'm just saying. Before we go, you asked a question earlier. 'Tis the time. Would you like to say anything in a rapping form? I'm the worst nigga.
in a lyrical content.
I don't know, man. I might have to charge y'all niggas, man. Nah, I'm fucking with y'all.
It's not in the budget.
Nah, we could do a little something. Let's fuck with something, man. Throw a beat on.
Oh,
some
hold on
shit.
now.
I
Now we
got
gotta
you.
connect to the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
FaceTime the project. It's out now. All platforms. Go check it out. Let's get it. Awkd Salis. Yeah. Now let me talk my shit. I got queens on the wave with all the flows I spit. Man, I'm on my shit. You would think a couple ratties or automatics hit me with all these hoes I get. Yeah, I'm past slacking, rising my bat average, and now I got the internet shaking like crack addicts. I'm past slacking, I'm rising my bat average. Raps Miguel Cabrera, see off for the bandwagon. I got the eye of the tiger, taking these niggas down. No offense to Detroit, but I'm taking that triple crown. No talking, I make it happen. Often these niggas slacking, they call me to make a track, hit 'em up. These niggas napping, that ain't work, fam. That's a curse, fam. Up all night, do what I love. That's how it works, man. Yeah, now wake up, I smell a coffee. Pussy, I'm here to eat. Got these motherfuckers off me. It's 10 p.m. in Corona. Just drank a mimosa. The weed smoke in the air, smell the aroma. Been a student of the game my whole life. Got my diploma, meaning I always show up. Yeah, so nigga roll up. Spare me all the hate and your negativity, please. Things ain't going as planned, spare me the sympathy. I go through my own shit. You don't hear me complaining about it. But people talking, there's always something to say about it. But I don't stress it, I pick it up and I flex it. I don't entertain it, I go the other direction. Cause I know myself, ain't really trying to catch a case over dumb shit. I'd rather be learning from my mistakes. I got my new project, it's on the way. Slept for a decade, if time is I'm awake. Got my mind right, lost in the music, make no mistakes. Yeah, right out the gate. Hold on.
Hey! You want me to get on it? You want me to get on it next?
You niggas ain't ready for that, man.
The remix.
Y'all ain't ready, bro. That might not be the.
Well, that was fine.
You're ready.
That shit warmed up the spot real
Light.
quick.
That's light.
Everybody warmed out. Even the heater started working. The heater started working and everything, nigga.
The heat worked this shit.
Yo, Phase.
Coming soon now. I'll probably record that and make it a record to put it out for y'all to hear. You
Nah,
feel
we got
me?
it already. We put in our tags on all that shit. We got it. Got
Yeah, it's copyright.
it. Yo,
So
where can they find you at?
Got you, huh?
Where can they find you at?
Everything Fase Blanco. You go Google me, man. You Google Fase Blanco, face with an S. Don't forget it.
There you go.
Face with an S. Don't get it twisted. You heard? It's
FaceTime audio coming soon.
already
FaceTime audio
Blanco.
coming there. I was gonna plug that in, like you already know, nigga. FaceTime audio, nigga, coming out
Already,
soon.
man.
Well, thank you for coming. We appreciate
It's an
you.
honor. It's an honor, bro. It's an honor. I
Shout
really
out
appreciate it, man.
to everybody that was here today.
Keep it.
Yeah, my guys, everybody.
Everybody
you feel me?
freezing and shit.
Y'all came in here like y'all was about to rob the place. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
So we had lead through the situation too. That's why everybody can catch it.
Everybody doing this, nigga. This season, nigga, if you ain't in the cold, nigga, if you ain't turning on the heaters, you ain't.
you ain't.
Nah, but if you ain't out here, you ain't working. Man.
Facts,
If you
nigga.
ain't out here in this weather, pasándote frío, you ain't
Nah,
working.
nigga,
man.
hey, está caliente, está caliente. You know what? This is summer weather for us, nigga. But anyway, I am Alexis.
Johnny Doe.
Young Gray behind the can.
Face Blanco from the motherfucking Campo. You already fucking know.
Hey, I gotta come up with a tag, nigga.